Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Let me begin with a question that many UPSC aspirants quite struggle with. Why do some students study 12 hours a day for years and still fail the prelims, while others studying much lesser clear it in their first attempt? Why does the hardest working student in your batch sometimes score very low than someone who looks more relaxed? If this question feels personal to you, if you have worked sincerely and still not seen results, this video is for you. Not to tell you to work harder, but to help you understand what UPSC actually rewards. Because here is the truth that many don't say clearly. UPSC does not reward hard work in a straight line. Mark it. More hours don't automatically mean better marks. More notes doesn't guarantee the selection. More sincerity doesn't ensure success. And I know how painful this realization is. When you have given everything, your time, your energy, your weekends, and still don't get succeeded, you start doubting yourself. Am I not smart enough? Am I missing something? Yes? So let me say this clearly. There is nothing wrong with you. What's usually missing is not effort, but a specific way of thinking that UPSC rewards. And most aspirants never develop it because nobody explains it properly. Today, I want to explain what that thinking looks like and how you can build it. Let's acknowledge something deeply painful for aspirants: the gap between the effort and the results. You study sincerely, you finish the syllabus, you make notes, you revise, you follow the coaching strategies, and then the results come. You score 85 when the cutoff is 98, or you clear prelims but barely qualify the mains, or you reach the interview and still don't make the list. This hurts deeply because if you hadn't worked hard, you could blame laziness. But when you have done everything right and still fail, you don't know what to fix. After years with this exam, here is the clearest lesson I have learned, and I would love to share with you. UPSC does not reward hard work alone. It rewards the right response to complex questions under pressure. So let me break this down. Let me simplify this. First, right response, not just an answer, but the most relevant one. Second, complex questions in multi-dimensional approach, not direct. And under pressure, time limits, word limits, uncertainty. Hard work helps you to collect the information, but thinking is what turns information into marks. That is where exactly many of you fail. And here is the key point: thinking does not automatically develop just by studying longer. That's why sincere students burn out, not because they didn't work hard, but because they worked hard in the wrong way. Most coaching institutes guide tells you what to study and how much to study. Very little tells you how to think. UPSC doesn't ask how much you studied, it asks how well you think when you are studying. So here comes a big question in your mind now: what thinking actually means? In the UPSC context, you need to understand this question. First, judgment over information, which means UPSC doesn't test you who has already read the most. It tests who can decide what matters the most. So take a prelims question on PVTGs. Example: a hard-working student memorizes the number of PVTGs, government schemes, and the definitions. But UPSC will ask in a different way: what characteristics qualify a group as a PVTG? That's the reason why we say UPSC is unpredictable. No, it is predictable, but we are lacking in that. Now it's not memory, it's understanding the logic behind the classification. A thinking student always asks, why does the government classify the groups in this way? That's how you should start. The second, connecting the concepts across the subjects, interlinking. UPSC questions doesn't stay within a neat boundary. Environment overlaps with geography, polity overlaps with ethics, current affairs overlaps with static concepts. So a compartmentalized student always struggles. A thinking student naturally connects ideas while studying. He will develop the visualization. This isn't about studying more, it's about studying in an integrated way. The third, understanding over memorization. In mains especially, facts alone doesn't fetch the marks. You can list commissions, years, policies or any other statistics, reports and all. But unless you explain why they mattered and why they have changed, what they have changed, the marks remains average. Same facts, different depth. So UPSC always rewards the depth. The fourth one, decision making under uncertainty, especially in the interviews. There is rarely one perfect answer. What the board wants to see is balance, judgment and maturity. Not the rigid textbook replies, but thoughtful, innovative and practical reason. UPSC is not testing how much you know. It is testing how you think when there is no perfect answer. So that's the reason why there is a question for everyone should have. Why hard work alone fails? Now let's address a hard truth with empathy. Hard work without direction becomes mechanical. Studying for long hours without asking, do I really understand this, leads to information overload, not insight. Many students make beautiful notes. They will color code it. They may underline that, but struggle to answer the analytical questions. You know why? Because they memorized what happened, not why it happened or what it actually changed. So hard work without self-review becomes repetitive. If you keep making the same mistakes in the mocks, more tests won't help. You must pause and analyze why you are going wrong. Most students don't pass. That's the most important critical problem that the students are having. They just work harder blindly and nothing changes. This is not laziness. This is lack of reflective thinking. Hard work without examiner perspective stays self-focused. Examiners are not looking for content, okay? They already know the content. They are actually looking for analysis, clarity and originality of the thought. If your answer looks like everyone else, even if it is accurate, you will get average marks and that won't help you to get selected. Effort is necessary, but effort without growth in thinking is not enough. So how to build UPSC thinking then? So now let's talk solutions, which are practical and realistic. So the first important, sir, ask why and so what. After every topic, why did this happen? So what does it change today? The practical application to the present contemporary things. That builds cause and effect thinking. Second, study the PYQs along with topics. Don't finish the syllabus first and then look for PYQs. Study them together. You will immediately see what UPSC actually values. It will help you. Third, compare instead of studying in isolation. Compare institutions, policies, schemes and concepts. Comparison creates clarity and clarity is thinking. The fourth, explain the concepts simply. Simplify them. If you can't explain a topic in simple language, you don't fully understand it. UPSC rewards clarity, not the jargon. Fifth, think before writing. Before writing any mains answer, what is being asked is the first thing that you should aware of. What does the examiner actually want is the second. What structure shows my thinking best is the third. You should keep these in your mind because thinking first improves writing automatically. Analyze the mistakes by thought process. Don't just see what was wrong. Ask why you are thought that way. Fix the thinking error, not just the answer. That's how improvement happens. Okay. So you should understand the examiner's perspective. Examiner's perspective. From the examiner's side, one quality matters the most. And that is what I have learned through my experience. What is that? Maturity of thought. This means seeing multiple dimensions, handling the complexity calmly, making a balanced judgment, staying objective on sensitive issues. An average answer lists problems, but a matured answer shows understanding of the system's constraints and the solutions. And in the interview, the boards will test how far that your judgment is, how honest that you are, and what was your temperament. The ability to think under pressure. These are the four that the board is actually expecting. They want the future administrators, not walking encyclopedias. UPSC is not looking for the hardest worker, sir. It is looking for the clearest thinker under the pressure. So, if you have been working very hard and still struggling, please don't doubt your ability. You are excellent with your abilities. But you may just be preparing in a way that doesn't match what the actual exam rewards in the examiner's point of view. The good news is this: what? Thinking can be developed. Everyone can develop their thinking. You don't need more hours, you need better habits. Study fewer things deeply. Reflect more. Think more. Hard work matters, but thinking decides. So let's build that thinking together.